And we start this afternoon with a murder trial we've been following for years. The sentencing trial is underway for a man twice convicted for murdering his pregnant wife. Good afternoon. I'm Candace Burns.
And I'm Andy Sirota. David Temple was convicted in 2007 and sentenced to life in prison for the 1999 murder, but that ruling was overturned. In July of 2019, a new jury convicted him again, but they couldn't come up with a unanimous punishment. KPRC2's Robert Arnold has been inside the courtroom all day and has the very latest. Robert, let's jump right in here. This is unusual in that David Temple has already been convicted of murder. Did the prosecution and defense give an indication of what type of case they intend to put on during the punishment phase?
They did. This is unusual in that the jury that assessed him as being guilty is a different jury that's now going to decide his punishment, because that past jury deadlocked on the punishment phase. So in some ways, the prosecution has to somewhat reestablish David Temple's guilt with this new jury, and they did that. They talked about his affair with a fellow teacher. They talked about his treatment of his wife, Belinda Temple, which ranged from cruel to indifferent. They went over all those steps. The defense, on the other hand, wanted to talk more about David Temple's life since Belinda Temple's murder, in particular his relationship with his son. David and Belinda did have a son, and the defense indicated they were going to talk more about David's relationship with his son as this punishment phase of the trial goes on throughout the week.
And you mentioned his son. Is David and Melinda Temple's son expected to testify?
He is. According to defense attorney Stanley Schneider, Evan Temple is expected to take the stand as he did before, and he does believe that his father is innocent. And Stanley Schneider, defense attorney, is expected to go into the relationship father and son have had over all these years, including during the time that David Temple's been in prison.
Robert, something very curious here. This is a murder case, so why is probation a consideration?
Because at the time the murder was committed, those were the laws on the books in 1999. In certain murder cases, you could get probation assessed by a jury. That's not the case anymore. But with these trials, even ones that take place years, decades later, you have to go by the sentencing guidelines that were in place at the time the crime was committed, and that's the case with this.
A high-profile case we will continue to follow every step of the way. Robert Arnold reporting live for us from downtown Houston. Robert, thank you.